I had a dream last night, a dream that shifted the history of my favorite video game genre. Few games have defined the first-person shooter like Half-Life and Halo have. But what if Valve developed Halo? What if the multiplayer arenas were dominated by Spartans in 1998 instead of 2001, or rather 2003? What if my first PC multiplayer shooter experience looked a lot more like the 1999 Macworld demo?
What happened to me? What is this world? Why does it look so different? Oh, Mr. Freeman, I don't feel so good.
This is Halo GoldSource, a demake of Halo CE within the original Half-Life engine, developed by the Phoenix Project software. Now out of beta, having just released in 1.0 back in June, this Half-Life mod now ships with native Linux support, a new SDK to start modding it your own way, and a handful of maps and weapons from the original Halo game. Launching into Halo GoldSource is like stepping into an alternate reality. Everything looks familiar, uncanny even, but it feels just ever so slightly off. Some familiar maps are here: Blood Gulch, Boarding Action, Chill Out, Prisoner, and so on. There's also the Half-Life Boot Camp map and a couple janky firefight style maps, which is really impressive. The normal multiplayer maps at times feel just like playing Halo CE. If you had not played the original Halo in a very long time and tried to imagine what these maps looked like, this interpretation of them might line up similarly to your memories. Throw this up on a CRT monitor and you'd probably believe that this was Halo. At least until you picked up the rocket launcher. Some of the classic sound effects are there, and the portals and lighting are beautiful considering the engine constraints. And movement feels pretty solid. But, of course, some map iterations are kinda cursed. Like Blood Gulch is super bizarre, looking like nothing you'd ever remember, and features a nuke objective for the bases, a mounted turret, and some jetpack pickup that I can't quite figure out how to use. Even just playing with one friend, it was hard to not immediately have fun. Despite my cognitive dissonance that comes quickly from playing an alternate dimensions version of one of my favorite games of all time, I was quickly immersed in the classic multiplayer shenanigans I spent over a decade of my life getting up to in this game.
Did you kill yourself?
Almost. This is what multiplayer games need. Soul, heart, passion from its creator, and honestly, a lot more jank. Games today are too polished, too focused on controlling the experience rather than providing a sandbox for you to mess around in. We need to get back to this. Mechanically, this doesn't really play like Halo at all, or at least under ideal conditions. Perhaps I'd accept an argument that it plays like Halo CE did on poor internet connections like when I first started playing it, but it takes more than a full clip of sniper headshots and more than both rockets from the rocket launcher to kill someone, which is kind of silly. Especially when it doesn't change your default player models, so while there are a number of Spartans available to choose from, a lot of the time was spent with robots or skeletons or Gordon Freemans fighting each other on Halo maps. Silly or not, I felt right at home on most of these maps. Muscle memory took over and admittedly conflicted with the changed parameters I was playing in, but more than an hour flew by as I played this with a bud. There are some more unique experiences being experimented with here. 2 firefight style maps which are pretty neat to encounter in the first place, though one of them was totally busted. It seems tracking objectives isn't fully functional in this build yet either, but frankly, you don't need it when you're having fun with friends. As jank and incomplete as this package may feel, it's still a damn good time, and we'll be hanging out over on the Discord server to have some community game nights with Halo GoldSource, as it's pure, innocent joy at its finest. Remember to be kind, rewind.